Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. But before we check out the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Tesla and daily NVIDIA reports, daily analysis in the SPY, daily analysis in the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, and Apple stock, as well as two individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near term investor, always looking for 20% moves or more on those underlying stocks. And you get to see all of this for free. We offer a 5-day free trial up front. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's take a look at the charts, which to begin with. Actually, before I start, I just want to mention that on on Monday, we put out a stock pick on Occidental Petroleum. You want to check it out. There's a lot of good stuff happening on that chart. And so I'm just going to leave it at that. You can go to wickedstocks.com and see it for free if you sign up for a 5-day free trial. So the chart you're looking at right now, 1 month channel top 263.34. We've tested it over the last week, actually quite a bit, even pushed through it on a daily basis. We did not test it yesterday at 266.22 on the weekly chart. And so we're using the weekly chart as sort of our backup, our slippage factor. I will say that if we close today, Tuesday above 266.22, we should within the week see 281.38. That is the high settlement price put out in July of 23 following the January 23 low. And so it can contain daily buying pressures. On the way up, of course, we've got 271 even. That would be in reach on an intraday basis if we push through 266.22. So remember, the 263.34 formation has its version on the weekly chart that is at 266.22. This area narrowing every day because 263.34 is rising. 266.22 is a static level all week long, once again, that you can see right here. So if we push through 266.22, 271 even in reach today, that is the July high from, a couple of 2-3 months ago. And we could top out there through the balance of the day. But if we close today above 266.22, there's more where that came from. Once again, 281.38 in reach within the week. And then assuming, of course, we close the week Friday above 266.22, I see this 333.56 formation on the weekly chart as a longer term objective over the next, I'm going to say, several months. Now we have a similar variety on the daily chart. Where can I find it? Here it is. So closing above 266.22, 333.56 within several months. But you can see if we close above the same formation on the daily chart above 266.22, once again, not just above 263.34, we have a different channel top that is more of a 6-month channel top at 305.20. So what I want to say is if we close today above 266.20, we should see 305.20 within probably 3 to 5 weeks, which is the beginning of a wide zone of long-term resistance up to 333.56. And this is the weekly chart once again. This structure goes back 18 months that can absorb almost 2 years, actually. In January, it will be 2 years. They can absorb buying through the rest of the year, and through the first quarter, we can fall away from here. And I will keep an eye on that. You can see if I were to draw this, and I should get around to it, there's this rising channel top that is on the daily chart at 305 and change that will be converging with 333.56 over the next couple of months anyway. So it will be a narrowing zone of resistance that begins at 305.20. That covers the upside pretty well. Let's talk downside today. Assuming we hold below 263.34, we have a 3-week channel bottom at 254.59 that can contain today's selling pressures, possibly into tomorrow. I mean, we could trade inside this wedge for more than a day, possibly for a couple of days, but at some point this week, one of the two is going to give. 254.59 to the downside, or I'm going to say 266.22 2 to the upside because this channel top on the weekly chart is 266.22. So if we close today below 254.59, I see that as a good high into, mid to later October. Over the next 1 to 3 weeks, depending on volatility, let's just call it over the next couple of weeks, we fall to channel support at 232.45, where profits can be taken on a short position. Maybe you're setting a short presently in the lower to mid 260s, 263.34 to 266.22. You may be short now, and that is certainly a play to make. And if you are, obviously you're waiting for the settlement below 254.59 for gratification on that short position. And within a couple of weeks, we fall to 232.45. Others of you may be waiting for the settlement below 254.59 to jump on the bearish side, on the short side of the market, where you've got a greater probability of testing 232.45 based on the sell signal below 254.59. And that is kind of the downside. On the way down, we do have 240.83. Do I see that? Yeah, that is an inside channel structure that would become kind of a 1 to 3 day objective if we close today below 254.59. But once again, over the next couple of weeks, if we close below 254.59, 232.45 is likely, where profits can be taken on a short position, and you can get long at 232.45 into November trade. We can bottom out here into November and round back up to channel resistance that is presently in the low to mid 260s and climbing. Last thing I'm going to say is, in terms of the downside, in terms of a longer term sell signal, I don't see that materializing unless we were to close below that 232.45 channel bottom. And then I think we have a realistic 1 to 2 month objective at 177.61. This is the opposite of a settlement above the 266.22 area, which I'm going to show again on this chart. Closing above 266.22, we have kind of a 1 to 3 month objective well above the market at 333.56 and a 3 to 5 week objective at 305.20. I hope that all made sense. All the minor points are carefully chosen, well suited for aggressive day traders. But other than that, I think I've covered it well. Once again, on Monday, we put out a stock pick on Occidental Petroleum. We'll be putting out another stock pick later in the week, 2 a week like clockwork, sometimes even more than that. Daily Triple Q, daily SPY analysis, weekly Apple stock analysis, weekly S&P 500 index, and weekly NASDAQ 100 index, all for a wickedstocks.com subscription. Check it out. You can see it all for free for 5 days. If you don't like what you see, you can bow out at no cost to you whatsoever. I'm going to leave it at that for Tuesday's Tesla Report. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Wednesdays, and you have a great evening.